Hello everyone, good morning, how are you? I am at the train station and I'm waiting for my train, which is due in 10 minutes, so not too early. It's only like 8:30, but it's the first day I've got up this year in fact, where it's like I can hear all the birds and it is really sunny, and even though it's cold, I can kind of feel the sun, so that is very nice and I love it. It's well needed. Can't wait for spring now, and I can feel it in the air. So today I'm going to go to Bradford. It is about 2 hours away from where I live and I have to change at Manchester, but I am from Bradford originally. I know, you'd never be able to tell with this accent. You'll probably notice it now. You'll hear it in some of my words. Anyway, yeah, I'm from Bradford originally and was brought up there all my life until I was 22. But I lived in Shipley and I lived in Bingley, if you are aware of those areas. Today I'm just going to go to the town centre and I am going to have a look around and meet some friends for a coffee because they still live in Bradford, so I'm meeting my friends for a coffee, but I'm going to show you a few things that I like there and a few nostalgic things from my childhood, I'm sure, as well. So let's have a look around Bradford and I'll speak to you a little bit more at the end. Let's go. So I finally arrived at Bradford city centre after around an hour and a half of travel. Here are some fun facts about Bradford. Bradford was voted the City of Culture in the UK for 2025 by the Department for Digital Culture, Media and Sport. Most people don't realise that Bradford is actually England's highest city, sitting at 554 feet above sea level. In the 19th century, Bradford was labelled the wool capital of the world due to its textile manufacturing. So the main thing I wanted to show you guys in Bradford was the Science and Media Museum. This is somewhere I used to go a lot as a kid and I remember loving it as a child, so I was looking forward to going back into it and showing you guys what it's all about. It is free to enter, but you can pay extras for different exhibitions if you want to. I would say this museum is mostly targeted to children because there's so many like interactive things and games and things to play with. It was absolutely packed this Saturday, full of children, and I didn't really have much time to play with anything myself because it was so busy. There was also a little hall of mirrors which I didn't get to go in because the queue was huge, but I've been in that before and it is quite fun. This was a new exhibition where you can go and play games in this room, but you had to pay and you had to wait around 20 minutes, so I didn't go in, but that's something there if you want to do that in the future. I also went into the David Hockney exhibition, which is also new. It wasn't there when I was younger. It was only £1 to enter, but it wasn't very big, so I'm not sure if I'd recommend it. There was just a few pictures of David Hockney's work, and yeah, it was only the size of one room, so I'm not sure if I'd recommend that, to be honest. This exhibition was focused on David Hockney's joiner artwork, where he's created collages of different places. David Hockney was born and bred in Bradford, and I remember learning about him in school, so this was quite nostalgic for me as well. This here is the Alhambra Palace Theatre, which was built in 1913. I used to go here when I was in school to watch theatre and also panto, and I remember watching Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, which was really cute. When I was young, Bradford had a shopping centre called the Kergate Market, but then when I was in my teenage years, they built this called the Broadway, which is a new shopping centre. And I actually ended up working in the shopping centre when I was around 21. Okay, so I know I film a lot of Waterstones in my videos, but this Waterstones in Bradford is by far my favourite. It is not only nostalgic for me as I used to come here when I was in school and go to the cafe, but it is absolutely gorgeous. This building is a Venetian Gothic building and it was built between 1864 and 1867. It used to be the Wool Exchange and like I said, it is absolutely magical. So here is where I met up with my two best friends and we all had coffee and cake at the Waterstones cafe. Mainly because I love the cake at Waterstones and also look at that view. Bradford is also home to St George's Hall, which is the oldest concert hall that is still in use in the UK. It opened in 1853 and is still going strong today. So that was my trip to Bradford. There is more things to see in Bradford, but I didn't have as much time to do the things that I wanted to. I will also say that the countryside on the way to and from Bradford is very nice, and so the train journey is quite a nice one to go on. I also had a very smooth journey with no delays and managed to get home for around 6:30. Hello everyone! A few final thoughts about Bradford for you. So I think that Bradford gets a bad reputation, and I think that it's not as unsafe as people think. I think if you go there during the day, especially with friends, you are absolutely fine. Also, if you see this here, this is my microphone. I put him on my arm because this kept coming down with it. And so yeah, I don't think it's as unsafe as people say it is. I also think that I think it's very clean, very new. There's a lot of new things coming to Bradford that weren't there when I was a kid, so it's very up and coming, and they've put a lot of money and investment into Bradford, which I can tell, and so that's really nice to see. So they're building the live music venue, they're building a market, apartments, they've got the new shopping centre. So yeah, there's a lot of new things that are coming to Bradford, and so that's really nice and really good to see, and I think that will bring more people to Bradford. There's maybe not loads of things to do, but there's enough for a day out. There's the museum, shops, cafes, restaurants, cinema, bowling alley. There's definitely enough things to do for a day out if you lived in the area and wanted to give it a go. I also think it's crazy how when you're young, you don't realise what's around you and you don't appreciate the things that are around you. So when I was young, I'd never really thought, oh wow, Bradford is quite pretty. And like the Waterstones building that I would go in every single week, I never ever appreciated how beautiful it was. And now I've gone back and I've seen it all and I'm like, wow, it's actually lovely. And so that's something I'm going to try and focus on and try and remember to appreciate the places that I am and to look around and realise kind of what is around me. So yeah, I think overall Bradford was better than I expected, better than I remember. It's definitely very new. And that is, again, I just can't believe how much money they've put into Bradford to make it this up and coming area. And I really hope that brings people and brings a kind of nicer vibe to Bradford. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Sorry this is not a very long outro. I have a sore throat today and my throat is hurting talking to you guys. So the things I do for my channel. Have a great day. Bye.